Hello, my name is Diego Zaragoza. I'm the Director of Academic Affairs K-12 at the American School Foundation in Mexico City. Before I get started with explaining the task, I just want to share with everybody that we just completed our first ever IB Continuum self-study, which falls very much in line with the task that I was asked to complete for this possible new role with IBEN. One of the things that we found, and which speaks more into the heuristic nature of the standards and practices, is that we needed to establish a culture of trial and error when analyzing our level of implementation of the standards and practices. We went through a process of discovery, of collaboration, of problem solving, and all with the goal of identifying different types of strategies that we could use to implement the practices and in turn identify the learning outcomes that we wanted for each of the practice or the characteristics of how they would look implemented at the school. We found that using simple pieces of knowledge to break down harder concepts was one of the best strategies to unpack the standards and define what the possibilities were for implementation and to really understand at what level we were implementing our standards and how to self-assess. We also found that we needed to deconstruct most of them and understand the intricacies of each practice in order to see what the matchup would be with them and our mission statement as well as the IB mission statement. So the process was very powerful and enriching for the entire community. What I want to do in the next few minutes is I want to share my proposal in terms of what type of learning engagement we can provide a faculty or a leadership team to understand the heuristic nature of the IB standards and practices. So I would love if you could join me in a small presentation that I've prepared. There will be some voice recording to outline some of the more specific pieces within the presentation, but I also wanted to include this video so that you could understand who I am, where we are sort of in the implementation phase of our IB standards and practices. This is our fourth evaluation at the school, so we're very much an experienced school. However, we find that every time that we have new people coming in or a shift in leadership, we do have to provide professional development on the nature of the IB standards and practices. So this task was very enriching in terms of understanding the process and what we could do to better understand implementation of standards and practices at schools. So I hope you enjoy the presentation. It was surely an enriching experience for me. Here we go.